As ever, the Dynamo Dresden fans very much making themselves heard. They do that everywhere they go, as the teams come out onto the pitch. Beautiful conditions here today. So for Dortmund, 4 changes from the 0-0 draw away to Jan Regensburg in midweek. Mario Silva comes in for Björn Pudel at centre-back for his first start since the opening day, as does Ted Tatamouche at right-back for his first start since that opening match, replacing Patrick Goebel. Eamon Azil also comes in for Michael Eberwein in midfield, and Justin Butler replaces Julian Hetwa at right wing. All 4 of those players having their first start since the opening day, so it looks very much like Jan Zimmerman reverting to how he felt his team should start the season way back on the opening day, which was a 0-0 draw away to Preußen Munster. Our referee today is Florian Heft. The linesman today also Finn Kern and Lothar Ostheimer. And our 4th official looking after the children in the technical area is Tarek Damar. Here's the Dresden lineup then. 2 changes for them from the 2-1 home win against Waldorf Mannheim on Tuesday night. Jakob Lemmer comes in for Robin Meissner for his first start of the season as he continues his rehabilitation from a knee injury. And Tom Zimmerscheid comes in for Dennis Burkowski in midfield. It could also be for Dresden maybe a slight little change in the tactical lineup today. They've only got really the one natural wide player, that being Jakob Lemmer, with both Burkowski and Meissner normally providing the width. We suspect that Luca Hermann will move into a more advanced role, possibly down the left, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. The other option being that Niklas Hautmann, who's certainly been impressing with his runs from deep into the opposition area so far this season. 2 goals to his name. He could also perhaps be pushed slightly further forward. So underway then at a sunny Signal Iduna Park. Dortmund, the Yellow Blacks, kicking from left to right in the first half here, dressed in their change strip of a sort of a burgundy red top and white shorts. Already, the Dresden fans absolutely bouncing in the sunshine. Absolutely perfect day for football. It's not too hot, the sun's out, not too much wind either. Trying to attack down that right-hand side. Looks early doors actually, as if Tom Zimmerscheid might have moved into a more advanced role down the left. We'll keep an eye on that as the game progresses. Very tight there, Dynamo emerging with the ball. Here's Jonathan Meyer, the left back. Oh, nice turn. Zimmerscheid now in space down this left-hand side. Stands up the full-back, cuts back inside, and a ball inside nearly intercepted. Gets the ball back again to Zimmerscheid. This time tries to go outside of Ted Tatamouche. There he is there, the number 19 for Dortmund. 22 years of age, being converted from a forward to a right back for this season. Started the opening day, hasn't seen much action since then. Flicked on at the near post, hammered away by the Dortmund defence. Claudio Kammerknecht, who scored in the home fixture against Dortmund last season. Dresden did the double, in fact, over the Yellow Blacks last year, with a 3-0 win in Dresden at the beginning of last season. Kevin Ehlers, Ahmet Arslan and Kammerknecht getting the goals there, and a 3-1 win here as well back in March. A good run down to the byline, and eventually that goes out for a goal kick, but certainly Dynamo pressing forward in the early stages here at Signal Iduna. So they had a fantastic start to this fixture back in March. 3-0 up after just 17 minutes. 2 goals for Kuchka, the captain. One of those from the penalty spot. And another for Jakob Lammer as well. They're going forwards down the right-hand side now. Houtman got a touch on that. Couldn't quite bring it under his spell. Good positive start from the visitors, though, who were pretty toothless in their only other away game so far this season. A 1-0 loss away to Sandhausen last weekend. Those Dynamo supporters, so passionate, so loyal, and that loyalty is well, permanently tested, really. I mean, they have been long suffering, over 30 years since they were last in the German top flight. On the ball down the right, looking for Tatamush, making a run from right back, which is a little bit too much on that one. It's 28 years since Dynamo were last in the Bundesliga. They came straight into the top flight when East Germany became part of the fatherland again. 5 years there, then they eventually dropped down, and they've not been back since. 1995, long time ago. Dresden bossing possession. Nice ball, looking for the run of Zimmerscheit, cutting in from the left-hand side. Now Dortmund building up down the left. Good run from the left back, high hanging ball, and that certainly had the goalkeeper a little bit worried. I'm sure it wasn't actually a shot, but the cross comes in like that, and the keeper, I think, there has the sun very much in his eyes as well. And the ball comes in from that angle. Good overlap from Bueno. That would not have been easy to judge for Stefan Deljaka. Oh, nice run here from Zimmerscheit, puts the ball across goal, and there's the opener. And of course, it's Stefan Kuchka. Well, he got a double in this fixture last season. He's already off the mark here in just the 6th minute. And that's the first goal that Dortmund have conceded so far this season as well. Marcus Anfang looking very cool, commentating. It all started here. Great run from Zimmerscheit. He's had a bright start in an unfamiliar position wide on the left. Great ball from Paul Will. Just really put on a plate there for Stefan Kuchka. A 3rd goal of the season already for the Dynamo captain. How will Dortmund reply to that? They certainly didn't reply to that when it happened last season, when Kuchka opened the scoring at pretty much an identical time of the match. 10 minutes later, Dortmund were 3-0 down. Remember, there is a big difference between these two sides. Dynamo Dresden, a full-on football club. They don't have any restrictions with regards to the age of players or anything like that, whereas for Dortmund, well, they are, strictly speaking, the under-23s. The ball's nearly been given away there in their own penalty area. They got away with that one just for the moment. But now Houtman picks up the ball out wide. Luca Herrmann also getting involved, but he's dispossessed. Gila Bueno brings the ball out. Strong run here from Mikel. But his through ball rather between the two forward Dortmund players. And that's easy enough for Dajaka. Well, this very much, it's going to feel very almost like a home game, this, for Dynamo. Very much the same last season. They brought over 10,000 fans to this fixture back in March. Oh, and a nice overlap and a flowing play here. Hauptmann's made a good run into the box. There's Kuchka. And Hendry Blank with a very important interception there. Gives away the corner, but probably saves an almost certain goal. Fantastic start for Dynamo. Two wins out of three so far this campaign. A win here would certainly put a spring in their step for the next part of the season. And Luca Herrmann with the corner. Goes for the near post. Flicked on by Kuchka and cleared off the line. Not cleared yet, and there's Zimmerscheid with a bit of a flail there with the right foot. Puts that well over the bar into the Sud tribune behind that goal. The biggest standing area any football stadium in European football, that Sud tribune. Nearly 30,000 fans standing in there. They make an enormous noise when Borussia Dortmund normally play here. Certainly, if you try commentating in that stadium, you actually can't hear yourself speak. The ball carelessly given away by Kevin Ehlers, who scored the second goal, by the way, in this fixture 5 months ago. Meyer nearly sold short there by the pass, but he gets away with it, and now he brings the ball forward, the left back. Gets the ball to Will. Not the best of passes for Zimmerscheid, but he does well to intercept. But the ball taken away from him again here by Ted Tatamush. So he spent most of his junior career as a forward, as Tatamush. The last 2 seasons as a forward for the reserve side here. Only 2 goals and 4 assists in that time, though, so maybe thought it was time for a slight retooling for the number 19. Dortmund finally having a period of possession here in the Dynamo half. And Falco Mikel not happy there. I think he just held off the Dynamo player too strongly for the likes of our referee today, Florian Heft. A little bit of keep ball here at the back for the moment for Dynamo. Now they bring the ball forwards. Levold with a charging run there. Teasing ball in, cleared by Blank. That's going to be another Dynamo corner. Well, Blank there in your picture, the number 21 for Dortmund, was a very busy man in their previous home game last weekend at home to Freiburg. Dortmund did win that 1-0, but they spent most of the first half defending ferociously, and Blank was especially front and centre in that regard. Now Meyer, left-footed corner, outswinger. Goes to the back post, headed in straight to the arms of Marcel Lotka, the Polish goalkeeper. And Jan Zimmerman has, changed 4 of the starting lineup for this game, so might take Dortmund a little time just to all get used to each other. When you make that many changes, continuity can be difficult. Another difference between these two sides as well. Of course, Dortmund are not allowed to promote from this division, as Freiburg would have done. Freiburg reserves, that is, came second in the division last season, but not allowed to move up to the Bundesliga too. Those are the regulations. They also have to have a minimum of 8 players aged 23 or under in the starting lineup. So there are certain restrictions which perhaps give Dynamo an advantage. Using that advantage at the moment. Here's Hauptmann, just trying to feed that ball into the right channel. Now Will has a pop from distance, tipped over the bar. Good save there from Lotka. It was quite central, to be fair. Nasty dipping shot from Paul Will. Able to push a bit higher up the pitch at the moment, with Dortmund being forced to sit so deep. Meyer again left-footed. 7 Dynamo players in the area to aim at. Another one just outside the D as well. Goes for the edge of the 6-yard box, headed up. Now headed away. No opportunity on the counter-attack though, and Meyer quickly on the ball again. Pings it back inside to Will. Now the ball goes wide. Ehlers flicks the ball into the area. Headed away from the, just outside the edge of the box. Hauptmann looks up, looks for options, finds Will inside. He's got room to turn into and does so. Chips the ball into the edge of the area, but that's just in between 2 players. Zimmerscheid now picks the ball up. Back to Hauptmann, who seems to be sitting a little bit deeper than he has in a couple of Dynamo's other games so far this term, certainly in this early stage. Miscontrol there, but quickly picked up again by Levold. Hermann feeds the ball out to the right-hand side. Lemmer drives towards the byline, but well tackled and deflects the ball out of play. We have yet another Dynamo Dresden corner. Whipped into the near post, flicked on. Now cleared. Headed back in towards the danger area, but the Dynamo players rushing back to try and stay onside. That bounces harmlessly through to the keeper, and that's an interesting way of dealing with a long goal kick. Heading that straight back out to his right back. Very cool, calm and collected from Stefan Deljaka. Out. Just clattering into the back of Claudio Kammerknecht there. Well, this is definitely an improvement on last season for Dortmund. They were already 3-0 down in this fixture 6 months ago, 5.5 months ago. And Bueno just clipped there by Jakob Lemmer. Marcus Anfang tends to be quite a calm-looking influence on the side of the pitch there. There's Dynamo once again streamed forward, and Zimmerscheid is brought down there in a central position about 30-35 yards out. Just tried to turn on the ball and he's been clipped there on the ankle. Franz Fanner, Dortmund captain. Now the question is, do Dresden have someone who can have a blast from this sort of range? I mean, it is central, but it's quite a long way out. They're setting up to loft one into the area. That could always be a decoy, though. Well, what's that signal there from Paul Will? Pointing at his eyes. That is indeed just flicked into the area, headed away by Blank. Now hoofed clear, but there's nobody up there for Dortmund. Had everyone behind the ball for that set piece. The Hauptmann's had a, considering how dominant Dresden have been, Niklas Hauptmann has been relatively quiet so far. Bit of barge in the back. Now the ball was headed on by Meyer. Ted Tatum was just slightly beaten to the punch there. Jermaine Michalke, the number 29, who just had a close-up of there. I'm not sure he's actually had a touch yet. We're in the 20th minute. Such has been the domination, and that was nearly a fantastic ball over the top. The run of Luca Herrmann. Kuchka dropping deep for the moment, turning provider. Hauptmann, ooh, strong tackle. Coming in from Blank. Hauptmann still in there, Blank tackles him again. But still, Dynamo with the ball. Herrmann cuts inside Tatmush, but lifts the ball up to the back post. Blank gets there ahead of the keeper. And how has Stefan Kuchka missed that? Well, you don't expect that from the Dynamo captain. A complete horror show at the back there as Henry Blank took the ball away from the hands of Marcel Lotka. And there was Kuchka. Lined it up. Just missed it. Just wide of the upright. Should have been 2-0. And he knows it. Tatumush now trying to drive Dortmund forwards. The ball's been given away there. Good tackle on Justin Butler. Dynamo come forward again. Here's Hauptmann. Slightly heavy first touch. That was lucky for Dortmund. And now they might have a bit of room to break into here. Ollie Pohlmann continues the run down the left. There he is again. Trying to cut inside. Given no space by Paul Will. Pohlmann again. Good interplay between Bueno and Michel, who was, I think, rather looking for that free kick as the challenge came in from Limmer. Pohlmann standing over this one. It'll be swung in towards the penalty spot, somewhere between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, you feel, giving the Dortmund players a chance to run onto it, or at least that's where he'll be aiming. Just in behind where that line of Dynamo defenders are at the moment, just at level with the penalty spot. The ball does come in and the keeper doesn't deal with it the first time, and they're very lucky there, Dresden. That ball was beautifully delivered right into the, well, we call it the corridor of uncertainty, that little gap between the defence and the goalkeeper. The defenders don't know whether to retreat, the keeper doesn't know if he has time to come forwards, and in that case, there, sort of did neither, and they were very lucky to get away with that one, Dynamo. Yet to keep a clean sheet this season, the visitors. Flicked on at the near post, a attempted overhead kick. But here's Bueno, he gets past his man, and maybe a shout of a handball there against Kammerknecht, nothing from the players. Well, first spell of pressure from Dortmund. Blank, towering header, but not really any control on that one. And Xhaka. Have another look here at the free kick. Beautiful delivery from Polman, exactly where he wanted to put it. The keeper rather flapped at that one and needed Kevin Ehlers to stab it away. Not the best goalkeeping really from Xhaka. Didn't really seem to know what to do. Having got away with one at the back, what can Dynamo do now? And here's Zimmerscheid! Fantastic, potentially goal-saving tackle there from Tatamush. Great run in behind though from the 22. So he normally plays a more central, slightly deeper role. He may have found a new left winger here, Marcus Anfang. Kuchka and Lemmer lose out over on the far side. Paul Will under pressure. Does well to keep hold of the ball. Goes back to Ehlers. To Xhaka. The ball just about kept in play, and then long clearance forward from Blank, but it comes straight back at them again, and here's Zimmerscheid again in behind. Opportunity here while the flag goes up. I'd love to see a replay of that. That looked tight. Zimmerscheid obviously thought he'd timed his run perfectly. The linesman disagrees. And no VAR at this level. Go up another division for that. A nice ball down the left-hand side and a good run from Michel. He tries to turn between two players, gets rather blocked off though. Dynamo emerge with the ball. Kammerknecht. Goes back to Ehlers. Leveld. Driving run here from Leveld from the centre back. Tries to feed that in towards the run of Hauptmann, I think it was, making the break from midfield, and now there's some defending to be done here for Dynamo. 5 Dortmund players in this attack. Here's Butler. Cuts inside one, then runs into too much traffic, loses the ball. But they've been given it straight back again. Butler again. Tatamush feeds it into the area, headed away by Leveld. Hauptmann beaten to it there by Suva, the Croatian centre-back. Number 5 for Dortmund, his first start since the opening day. Suva again picking the ball up short from the goalkeeper. Feeds it to the near side to Tatamush, but his ball was not the most accurate, looking for the run of Butler. So Butler, Nishalka, they hardly had a touch at all in the opening, 28 minutes of this game. Such has been the domination of Dynamo throughout most of it. Dortmund a couple of visits to the penalty area, but that's about it. Ehlers brings the ball forward, tries to bring his captain into play, but he's was clattered into from behind as he tried to hold the ball up here. Not exactly clattered, a little nudge from Henry Blank. Lifted over to the right-hand side, a volleyed cross in there. Zimmerscheid picks that one up. Well defended by Tatamush. Good run here from Meyer, good cut back as well. Very important challenge coming in from Fanner, and now the shot comes in from distance, and that's only just over the bar. That certainly had Marcel Lotka worried. Fantastic strike, that one. The ball cleared, about 30 yards out. Kammerknecht hammers it. From here, I think we'll see just how close that was. The keeper thought it was going in. Oh, lovely play there from Bueno. Good cross too, but keeper comes off his line. There wasn't really a whole lot of options there in the area for Dortmund. After some fine play from Bueno down that left-hand side. Dresden just slowing things down for a moment. Now they play the ball long. Certainly the out ball most of the time here has been for Zimmerscheid down this left-hand side. I wonder if they're going to rotate the midfielders into that role during the game. Looks like Hauptmann is playing out there just for the moment. And Hermann did well to get through Tatamush, but then just lost control. Marcus Anfang is well wrapped up in the late summer sunshine. It must be boiling in that. Right, Tatamush eventually gets the ball down the left-hand side, but that was a poor pass from the right back. Dynamo taking their time with the throw. They eventually get the throw into Kuchka, who That was a visionary pass, wasn't it, over onto the right-hand side. Camera Connect looks for options, decides that a simple pass sideways to Ehlers was the way forwards. Here's Meyer now, the left-back cutting inside. He's been chopped down, but the referee lets play continue. And a lovely driven first-time pass, beautifully brought down by Herman. And the ball has been popped out of play here after Kuchka took a knock. Just to the right ankle there as Franz Fanner arrived late, shall we say. Well, certainly, I think Dortmund have definitely made a couple of adjustments. They're not being cut through quite so easily as they were, but they've given the ball away there cheaply in midfield. It's a good run from Lemmer. But Blank does really well there. Uses his strength for centre-back and eventually wins the throw as well. Fantastic defending. Bueno, says his teammate. Hauptmann couldn't quite bring the ball with him, in fact. Well, he's saying it was on his chest. The referee doesn't agree. Looked like he had to stretch a little bit forward to bring that ball under control. He's been quiet opening 35 minutes. Now a chance for Butler to run into space, and he managed to whip a first-time crossing. Couldn't quite wrap his foot round the ball. Just a little bit too much on that one. Meyer, all inside for Will. Kuchka beaten to it, and Blank goes on a wandering run forwards here. The centre-back stays up there as well. Bueno, a couple of lollipops, can't get past Camera Connect. Now the ball is delivered into the area, headed away by Meyer. Here's Hauptmann. And he eventually hammers it clear, but only as far as Suva. Naffer. Well tackled. That's going to be a Dortmund throw. Butler gives the honours to his teammate. Tatamush winds up for not such a long throw. Well anticipated there by Hauptmann. Draw down the line, headed on by Kuchka. Lemmer, losing out to Bueno. Michel. All over the top, and there's a good run here from Michel. Looks up. Driven in, so put away at the near post by Will. That's going to be a goal kick. Dortmund still struggling, really. Haven't put the goalkeeper under much pressure yet. That's a complete slice. Did come to him very quickly, though. Difficult to get your foot ahead of the ball. Well, Del Xhaka must feel very comfortable in his surroundings here. The ball's been given away to Justin Butler. There's a 3-on-2 here. What can Dortmund do with this? Through on goal. Oh, half saved by Del Xhaka, who came through the youth ranks here at Dortmund. Only moved to Dynamo at the start of last season, and now they're immediately on the counter-attack here. The shot comes in and it's just one. I think that's a brilliant save from Lotka. Jakub Lemmer making the break down the right-hand side. That's where Dynamo can be so dangerous. Now they have the lead as Dortmund try to press players forward. They will leave gaps at the back. Dresden do like to play on the break when they have the chance. And that's a brilliant save. That was going in. Saved a certain goal. Well, from Dortmund, this is where Dortmund should really have scored. They had a 3-on-2 here and they absolutely butchered it. And Schalke eventually put in, but only from an acute angle as the corner comes in. Zimmerscheit picks the ball up on that far side. Zimmerscheit trying to find some space, but Bueno not affording him any, but he does give away a corner. Delivered to the near post, flicked on. Lemmer just beaten to the ball, and now maybe a chance for Dortmund on the counter-attack, but everyone was back for that corner. And I think that's going to be a first yellow card of the match for Jakub Lemmer. Stopping that counter-attack in its tracks. To be fair, it looked like a genuine effort for the ball. Got a whole chunk of player as well with it. Looks like a few of the fans are making a slightly early break for the half-time refreshments. Three in the afternoon, probably more of the liquid variety rather than solids. Tatamish, nice turn and pass there. Dortmund building up down this right-hand side. Tatamish tries to offer himself, but he's made the run and they've lost the ball here. Dortmund's going to be a big gaping hole down this left-hand side, and Zimmerscheit is running straight into it here. He's gone past Vanna. Zimmerscheit stands the ball up to the edge of the area. Here's Hauptmann. Ooh, just a heavy touch there from Hauptmann. And then the shot comes in from Paul, and it's whistled over the bar. I wonder if you remember to wear some sunscreen this morning. Wonder that flag will probably offer him plenty of shade. It's big enough. Zimmerscheit, who's been really impressive here. Oh, as I say that, he puts the ball straight onto the chest of Henry Blank. Long ball over the top, left to just bounce through to Del Xhaka, the former Dortmund reserves goalkeeper. Marcel Lotka, actually the current Dortmund keeper, he actually arrived as a replacement for Del Xhaka. He moved to Dresden after they were relegated from Bundesliga 2 at the start of the previous campaign, where they basically did a massive reset, getting rid of a lot of their players they'd had in Bundesliga 2, starting afresh, starting anew. Much like Arminia Bielefeld, for example, have had to do this season. Sandhausen too, for that matter. And Regensburg haven't actually sold off a lot of their squad. They've kept a lot of their squad from Bundesliga 2. You'd imagine they'd be one of the favourites to go up this season. Couldn't beat Dortmund in midweek though. coming forwards here. Fanner eventually gets the ball to Butler. Well, there's some card in the crowd there with a very loud whistle. Must be confusing. Well, it's confusing enough for us. A free kick for the foul of Franz Fanner. Coleman will take this one. He's already put in a couple of very cunning deliveries. What's he got for us here? Again, this will be delivered somewhere around the penalty spot or level with the penalty spot. Let's try and dip it in behind the defence. Comes in, it's flicked on by Fanner, but couldn't get enough on it. There's the frustration on the face. I feel he should have done better with that one. It was a long way out though to test the keeper with a header. I think he was hoping for a corner, but Kevin Ayler's just managed to avoid it. High press here from Dortmund in the latter stages of the first half. Dynamo have managed to play the way around that. Lemmer tries to get the ball inside. Kammerknecht lays it on nicely for Hauptmann, and he's dragged it wide. Well, it was on his weaker left foot, to be fair, for Hauptmann. Lovely flowing move though from Dynamo yet again. Just as we bimble up towards half-time here at Signal Iduna Park. Blank. Chips the ball forwards. It's been a pretty torrid first half for Dortmund. Probably lucky only to be 1-0 down, to be honest. They had that one golden opportunity themselves, but other than that, it really has been basically all Dresden. As we hit the 45-minute mark. Won't be a whole lot of stoppages in this first half. There's been, well, no injury timeouts for a start. There's strong in the air. Hauptmann shields the ball with his body. Out to Meyer on this near side. Hauptmann, first time pass for Zimmerscheid. The shot comes in just past the upright there from Luca Herrmann. He's settled into that position, sort of just on the right-hand side of the midfield three very nicely, thank you very much, in this game as Herrmann. There's a certain fluidity to that midfield three, or midfield two anyway, with Hauptmann and Herrmann. Paul Will does generally anchor. And that's it, our 1 minute of added time is over for this first half. And Borussia Dortmund up against it here at Signal Iduna Park. Dynamo Dresden bossed the early stages, certainly still dominant as well throughout that first half. Dortmund had a golden opportunity when they had a 3-on-2 on the edge of the Dynamo area. They butchered that though, the eventual shot from Jermaine Nischalke, a weak one from out wide. Other than that though, it's been very much Dynamo Dresden's half. The thousands of travelling supporters enjoying their day out here at the Westfalenstadion. They lead by a goal to nil. Stefan Kuczka, after having a cross laid on a plate for him by makeshift left winger Tom Zimmerscheid, who's had a superb first half for Dynamo. Well, the sprinklers are on. I'll give the pitch a nice dousing. But meanwhile, it'll be Dynamo Dresden who'll be very much enjoying their half-time refreshments. They lead by 1-0 here at half-time. Thank you. Perfecto. Well, welcome back then to a sunny Signal Iduna Park. Certainly it's very sunny for those Dynamo Dresden fans there who've flocked in their thousands from the east side of the country over here to the Westfalenstadion today to see their team take on the Borussia Dortmund reserves. 1-0 up at the break from a Stefan Kuchka goal back in the 6th minute of the game. And they've, largely dominated the match, really. Could, perhaps should, have been more than one goal up. But they'll take that at this stage. First goal that Dortmund have conceded so far in the Dresden League this season. The big question now is how are Dortmund going to get back into this game? They've made 4 changes to the starting lineup ahead of this match. And you wonder if Jan Zimmermann is going to be tempted to ring the changes at the break or not. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. As the players come back out onto the pitch. And there's one change by the looks of it. Julian Hetwer was given a rest from the starting lineup today. It's been a long week for these players, an English week for them. Played last weekend, played midweek as well. So, last instructions for the right winger. That suggests that Justin Butler may be the man to make way. Came in for his first start since day 1 of the season. There's our goal scorer, Stefan Kuchka, 3 goals already this season for the Dynamo captain. So Julian Hetwer indeed does come in for Justin Butler over on that right hand side, the far side of the pitch as we look at it for Borussia Dortmund. And we're away then for the second half here at the Westfalenstadion. More like a home game for Dynamo, so many fans they bring with them to these games. Good to see both the old and the young here today. Oh, Dynamo with a 1-0 lead. The way they started the game, it could have been a lot worse than that for the Yellow Blacks. Well won there by Hauptmann in midfield, and now he drives forward, Hauptmann. Space over there on the left-hand side. Still coming forwards, ball in and well cleared by Suva on the edge of his 6-yard box. Dresden immediately onto the attack here. Nice flick on at the near post, but eventually cleared by Blank, only as far as Paul. Beautifully brought down there on the far side. Zimmerscheid, so he normally plays at the central midfield role. He's been superb over there on the left flank for Dynamo in the first half. A lot of their best players come through him. He set up the only goal as well. Julian Hetwer immediately into the game, but in a defensive mode. And Meyer is ready for the corner. Goes into the near post, half flicked on. The shot comes in, and it's an instinctive save there. Kammerknecht, I think it was. He received the ball about 15 yards out. Oh, another look at this. Half flicked on at the near post by Tatamush, and Reflex save there from the keeper, well played. Ehlers gets the ball back in there. And now perhaps a chance for Dortmund to play their way out from defence. And they've got pace to burn here. Here's Het with a substitute. Cuts inside. Looks for options. Takes the shot. And it's straight. Well, not straight at the keeper. He's down to his right. Good handling. Del Xhaka had to be on his toes here. Het were making an immediate impact in an attacking sense for Dortmund. Have a look at this. This is the what the goalkeeper saw. Well, he didn't see anything, did he? That ball arrived from behind a couple of defenders. Good hold-up play there from Kuchka, but the pass for Zimmerstein just a little bit too far ahead of the makeshift left winger. Dortmund with a man down for the moment as Hauptmann feeds the ball into the area, brought under control by Blank, and he feeds it out to Bueno on this near side with lots of space to run into the left back. Dresden player just getting himself up now. Michel tries to come inside but can't get past Kammerknecht. It's on the ball again now. Now Blank with room to come forwards into the centre-back. Didn't look entirely confident as a rampaging centre-back, did he? Bueno turns into trouble. Kammerknecht wins himself a throw-in. Slightly surprised by the bounce there, but keeps the ball in play. Here's Hauptmann. Quiet first half by his standards, but now here come the forward runs from the number 27. He's continued his run down the left-hand side as well. Looks up. Intercepted at the near post. Now, Tatamush. What can he do coming forwards? The converted centre-forward, playing it right back for Dortmund when he's been well tackled there by Paul Will. Dortmund breathe again. Just the one change in personnel for Dortmund. Not seeing much in the way of tactical adjustments just yet. See how things shake out as this second half moves along. Bueno comes inside this time from right back. That's a poor ball. Beg your pardon, that was Fanner, I think it was, as Kuchka comes forward. Gives away a free kick. A little bit of afters as well. As Kammerknecht stays down. Kuchka still juntering on at Marcel Lotka. I'm not sure what his problem is here. He's definitely not happy to have been pinged for a foul. And he tried to continue playing after the whistle had gone. I wonder if Lotka just said something that he didn't agree with. Two coaches also sharing a bit of a conversation there. Well, Marcus Anfang is usually a fairly phlegmatic presence in the technical area for Dynamo. Something's obviously got him riled up there. Diamond Azil, I think it was a late challenge that came in on Kammer to connect early in that move. Second booking of the game so far. Will looks for the run as Zimmerscheid, but too much on that one. I said it before, I'll say it again. Zimmerscheid has been a revelation at left wing today. And we saw the lineups. We weren't sure if there was going to be a slight change in formation for Dynamo, or if one of the normal midfielders would do a makeshift stint at left wing. It's been Zimmerscheid who's drawn what could have been the short straw even, but he's been superb so far. Hermann, Ehlers, Kammer connect. Now Hermann on this near side. Good tackle from Bueno. Not happy with that ball. Goes for a spare. So they travel in their thousands to every game, those Dynamo away fans. As Levold just heads that one out of play. Dynamo haven't had a clean sheet yet this season. They'd love one here. They've had a habit of conceding late goals so far this season. On Tuesday night they were 2-0 up and cruising, gave away a soft goal 5 minutes from time, making the end of the match a little bit nervy against Waldhof Mannheim. They still held on for a 2-1 win though. That was back at their Rudolf Hartig Stadion. Thumped forward. Tatamush on the turn. Does well just to shield that ball out of play under pressure from Zimmerscheid. This time sliced out of play by the right back. Kuchka there was trying to play it off a Dortmund player for a throw-in, just hammered it out of play instead. Blank under pressure, does well to turn away from one challenge and brushes off another. This is better from Dortmund, is Pohlmann. Goes past one, but then the pass was... That was the wrong pass, needed to be the other side of the defender to this near side to bring in the run of Falco Mikel. Strong defending from Blank. Giving the ball away. High up the pitch here. Oh, golden opportunity. Oh, another fantastic save from Marcel Lotka. Well, Jakob Lemmer would have backed himself to score there. He should have scored. That's his first start of the season after suffering from some knee injuries last campaign. A couple of substitute appearances only on the last couple of match days so far for him. And Kammerknecht there's taken a blow to the face. Certainly nothing intentional there from Bueno, who's just came over just to check how he was there. Ooh, knee to the face. Well, this is the chance for Lemmer. Goalkeeper did well there to spread himself low. It was his mistake in the first place that gave the ball away to Hauptmann. Zimmerscheid did well to set that one up on a plate. And Lemmer, well, hit it low to the near post. He's lifted that at all either side of the goalkeeper. I think that was definitely 2-0. And Kammerknecht could be in trouble here. And they don't really have another right back on the bench either, Dynamo. Kirillo Meleshenko, the Ukrainian, would probably be the replacement, but he's still out of action at the moment. He's been out since December with a knee injury he picked up midway through last season, during the international break actually. I think Dynamo will do whatever they can to get Kammerknecht back out there. He's probably going to have a concussion check after a blow to the face like that. There we see the medical team just checking. But you can still see straight. If he asks why you're holding up 3 fingers, then you know he's not coming back on the pitch. Still the singing comes from the Dynamo fans as Dortmund go on the attack here. Nicely brought down Bueno, but couldn't find the pass for Hetwa. The ball deflects through to the goalkeeper. You can see there where the contact was just on the left eye socket. Bruised up nicely in the morning. It looks like he's been 12 rounds with Tyson Fury, I think, when he wakes up and looks in the mirror. As long as the eye doesn't swell up too much immediately, he'll still be able to see okay at Kammerknecht. Might not be the same case in the morning though. Does have a week to recover though until Dynamo's next game. That's at home to Ingolstadt next Saturday. Holman. It's a nice build-up play there. Ehlers comes across to cover and then a little shove in the back from Hetwa. Just a little shove. Not quite sure how he can claim innocence there. I mean, it was quite obvious, really. Well, Dortmund defence allowed that one to bounce as Houtman's gone to floor there with no one near him. Hope he's not picked up an injury there. Well, he's back on his feet now. Herman feeds the ball to Will. It's back again, the defensive midfielder. Nice change of direction, looking for the runner Zimmerschein, and he's nearly through on goal there for number 22. Been a good new signing for Dynamo, has Zimmerschein. Right from Hallischer in the summer, and Dortmund are through on goal here. Here's an opportunity, and it's a good save down low from De Jacker. Julian Hetver has definitely made a difference to this Dortmund side in an attacking sense in this second half. Good run in behind Meyer. Not quite enough venom on the shot to beat the keeper from there, though. Had that one well covered. Nice diagonal ball to Kammerknecht, who immediately pings it off to Herman, and that's a really good tackle from Pohlmann. Now Michel. Runs at Kammerknecht, well anticipated by the right back. Definitely better though from Dortmund at the moment. They're seeing more of the ball in this second half. Looks like we're going to have some changes on the Dortmund bench. That's Samuel Bamba, right winger, a wide player, getting some instructions on the sideline. I think it was Paul Philippe Besson as well, looking like he was about to get a run out. Dortmund just waiting for the opportunity to make these changes then. We've got a change for Dynamo as well, as Jakob Lemmer comes off for Borkowski, so that's a like for like substitution. And Nischalke comes off for Besson. Loaned out to Erzgebirger Aue last season was Besson. 5 goals and 2 assists in 10 starts, 21 substitute appearances here in the Dresden Liga. That's the first raft of substitutions out of the way. I think it was Falco Michel who's come off for Bamba. Bamba, just 19 years of age, promoted to the reserves from the under-19s this summer. And he made his debut for this side at the tail end of last season. His father, in fact, is a former Democratic Republic of Congo international. Young Samuel was born in Orange. An opportunity here immediately for Borkowski, and as well shepherded by Blank. Eventually goes out for a Dynamo Dresden throw. They'll be able to keep the pressure on here. Long throw flicked on by Kuchka. Hammered away from the edge of the 6-yard box. Good turn and injection of pace. Dynamo streaming forward, but they've been stopped in their tracks. The ball picked up by Paul Will. He's eventually forced to turn back. Herman has a shot from distance, but that was never threatening the goal, really. Almost into the north stand where the Dynamo fans were waiting for it. Well, they're definitely enjoying the sunshine, aren't they? Those Dynamo fans taking the opportunity to top up with some vitamin D. Bueno pushes the ball over to the right hand side of the area. Dealt with by the Dynamo defence, but it's come straight back at them. Bamba picks up the ball, cuts inside, has the shot well blocked there by Herman. Dortmund, as we enter the last 20 or so minutes of this game, starting to get their tails up here. Dynamo being pushed back into their own third. Crossfield dealt with by the keeper and deflected out by Ehlers for a corner. It's going to be Holman to take it. Five men in the area to aim at. Go to the near post, and that's just gone wide. Well, not the best of defending there from Dynamo. Especially considering there are only, 5 players inside the area. They still managed to allow a Dortmund head to get onto the end of that one. The captain, Franz Fanner, making a late run. Just see Marcus Anfang instructing his team to push out, get forwards. Doesn't want his side to sit too deep and invite Dortmund onto them. Too much pressure. Ehlers battling away with Besson. Gets the job done, but here's Bamba. Well, quickly back in play. Bueno with the cross, cut out at the near post by Will. Kuchka can't hold the ball up. No foul, says the referee. Bueno cuts in between 2 players into the area here, down to the byline. Kamaknet recovered well. Suva, Croatian centre-back. Nice turn, and here's Bamba in all sorts of space on this near side. Cuts the ball back in, the shot comes from Napa. And cleared it. Ball eventually bounced out of play. There was a lot of backspin on that. Thought it was going to stop on the just on the sideline. For a moment at least, anyway. Holman turns well. Dortmund definitely seeing more of the ball. in this second half as Tatamush gives away a foul, blocking the run. Zimmerstein. I suspect there's going to be more changes coming from Marcus Anfang in the next 5-10 minutes or so. Stefan Kuchka struggles to play the full 90 these days. Manuel Schaffler is waiting on the bench. Kuchka gives away a foul. It's barging in to Henry Blank. They do come, the changes then. So Robin Meissner, who was dropped to the bench today, is definitely about to come on. A natural wide player. Seems a bit mean on Tom Zimmerscheid, who's been superb in that left wing spot where Meissner normally plays. Some fresh legs for the last 15 minutes or so. Dortmund on the attack again. The song miscontrols that when it goes out for a Dynamo throw. Hammered away by Will. Blank with a header right up into the air. Now ball over the top. Oh, nice turn from Bukowski. Gets past Bueno. Well, that's a good save down low to his left from Marcel Lotka. Black tries to go down the line looking for Bamba. Does well, Bamba. Here's Hauptmann now. Space to run into, and he finds Borkowski in space here. Cuts inside. Blank did well. Oh, and Kuchka's gone down. And the referee has pointed to the spot. Good flowing move there from Dortmund, winning the ball high at the pitch again. It was Hauptmann who drove forward into the area. Nudged off the ball, the referee immediately pointing to the spot for the foul on Hauptmann. Now normally this would be Stefan Kuchka, the step up to take this. He's already scored one penalty this season, but they've given it, in fact, to Denis Borkowski. Borkowski, deep breath, right-footed, up against Marcel Lotka, sends in the wrong way, 2-0. Dynamo surely on the way to a first away win of the season here in the Dresden Liga. And right in front of the away fans as well. Lovely penalty. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Hammered it in the opposite corner. The first goal of the season then for the wide man. Actually on loan from Nuremberg, by the way. Should enjoy playing in that colour shirt. And now the changes come. Luca Hermann comes off for Omerken. And it's Kuchka to be replaced. As well, the captain's job is done. As Robin Meissner comes on in his place. There's no real natural striker on the pitch now for Dynamo. So Omerken gets the first touch there in his own penalty area. All picked up now on Maya. Tatamush hits that out of play. I suspect what will happen here for Dynamo is Borkowski will stay over on the right-hand side. Zimmerscheit probably on the left, and maybe Meissner playing through the middle. Here Borkowski might be fairly fluid with that. I can't believe they'll put Zimmerscheit through the centre. That was a hammer blow, that second goal. Dresden, just as Dortmund was starting to look like they were coming back into the game and starting to put Dynamo under pressure at the back. Now, 2 goals to make up and just over 10 minutes to do it. Now, here's Bamba. Running at Kammerknecht. Cuts the ball back on this side for his captain, but Fanner with a weak shot straight at the goalkeeper. Well, they've won the ball high up the pitch here, but the offside flag goes up, I think, against Besson. Well, the changes have definitely been for the better for Dortmund. Hecht were coming on at half-time, making an immediate impact, and then Besson and especially Bamba has looked very lively on the left-hand side as well for the hosts. As it is, we're going into the last 10 minutes now. Dynamo with a 2-0 lead. Well played out from the back. Now space to run into here, but that's a good challenge coming in from Tatamush. When he stayed down as well. Just take a few seconds to gather himself and haul himself to his feet even. The 22-year-old. Bamba almost running himself back into trouble. Eventually the offside flag goes up against Dynamo. Omerken trying for a 1-2, which would have seen him through on goal there, but as well looked after. That's a big challenge from Ehlers. And he's taken a whack to his right knee. And he's got a free kick given against him as well. Just a little bit late there on Hecht. And Ehlers definitely looks like he's done himself a mischief. Well, they do have Lars Bunning and Tobias Kraulich on the bench if needed to Dynamo. And there's the shirt. So can assume it's Lars Bunning that's about to come on if there is a problem here for Ehlers. He's got the ice on that right knee, and he's taken a crack on it. And there's the signal from the trainer as well. Running the fingers over each other. Time for a substitution to be made. As soon as the 25-year-old Lars Bunning is ready, I think. Hasn't played a lot in the last year or so, Lars Bunning. Spent last season... Ouch. No, but Lars Bunning spent last season with Kaiserslautern in Bundesliga 2. Only made 4 appearances there. Arrived here just over a week ago, actually. There is Bunning. Getting his top on. Looks like Panagiotis Flashadimos is also about to make an appearance as well. But not until after this free kick has been defended. Holman has a pop at goal! It's just wide. Oh, the net rippled there. I thought it had just snuck in. Great effort there from Ole Polman. Good technique. Getting good movement and whip on the ball from quite a short run up as well. Still waiting for those changes from Dynamo. Hauptmann goes down. Hefty challenge to say the least from Franz Fanner, who joins his teammate Ayman Azil in the book. Does like a booking, does the Dortmund captain. I suppose it's an occupational hazard really, playing as a defensive midfielder these days. The moment you get a challenge wrong, you quite often end up booked now. The ball is whipped in and it's got bounced through to the keeper, who was almost surprised by the strength of the bounce there. He's gone over with as he's cleared that one towards Bessong. He's done well to win it in the air, but flag goes up for offside. Level goes long. Well headed away by Bueno. Still waiting for the Dynamo substitutions, and I think they're going to happen right now. We've got another change as well. There's Franz Fanner comes off with Franz Rogoff taking his place. Now then, Jonathan Meyer. Is he coming? No, he isn't coming off, Jonathan Meyer. It's Tom Zimmerscheit and Niklas Hauptmann. Flashadimos will be a straight like-for-like replacement for Zimmerscheit over on the left-hand side. It looks like Kevin Ehlers is good to continue. There's no more substitutes now. There is Ehlers. Lars Bunning, I think, will probably slot into defensive midfield, add an extra defensive presence there to shield the back four. Bamba. Oh, nice little trick there, but he then got tricked by Meissner. Just couldn't help himself, the right winger. Bamba looks in pain. Definitely looked at the crack to the knee. He was particularly unhappy. Whipped in towards the far post, just over actually. From Molly Palmer. Didn't quite get that one right. There's a couple of minutes plus stoppages to go here. Dortmund still trailing by 2-0. Well played over on that far side by Hetz, but ball has crossed deflects, and there's all sorts of confusion in the 6-yard box, and eventually Xhaka throws himself on the ball. Might just be a bit more defending to be done for Dynamo here before the final whistle, as Bamba again finds space, curls the shot in, and it's hit the upright. Did the keeper get a touch on that? No, says the referee. He's definitely made an impact since coming on. Samuel Bamba. Camera connector, retreating. Forward run from Abervine, who has now come on. Didn't see that substitution, to be fair. One of their better players in the early part of the season as the number 14 for Dortmund. I assume he came on the same time as Rogov replaced Franz Fanner, the captain. Abervine has certainly taken the armband. Here is Abervine. Tried to win a corner. Didn't quite come off. 4 minutes of stoppage time still to go here. Can Dynamo hang on for a first clean sheet of the season, I wonder? Bueno, there's a bit of defending to do there. Ehlers. With the Gary Owen. Ball comes back down with snow on it, even in August. There's Bamba again. Again, running at the fullback, Bamba. This time goes for the cross, and it's a very important block there on the edge of the 6-yard box by Jakob Leffold. Dynamo being pressed back here in the latter stages, defending a 2-goal lead. They've got 3 minutes of added time to play. Give them 9 points from the opening 4 matches, a very decent return for Dynamo. And there's a handball against Jonas Omerken. As the ball just bounced up. A few players have been surprised, I think. There's been a bit of rain the last few days around and about, but the pitch definitely very hard, very firm underneath. This is a Bundesliga standard pitch, so the drainage and undersoil heating and all those other nice things they can make sure it's perfect every time, no matter what the weather basically, as Bamba swings that ball in, but there's too much on it for Abervine to latch onto. Now Dortmund, I mean, well, apart from the first half, they've looked decent at the back, and they came into this game the only team in the division not to have conceded a goal yet this campaign. The one thing they are definitely struggling with is in the final third, where they've scored one goal in 4 games, that coming from Michael Abervine on the stroke at half-time against Freiburg last weekend, just next door at their usual stadium, the Stadion Rote Erde. And that goal came against, well, very much against the run of play, actually, in a first half that had been utterly dominated by Freiburg. Just couldn't put a finishing touch in there. They did play better in the second half, though, Dortmund. Never looked like conceding. But where are the goals going to come from, I wonder? I'm sure Jan Zimmermann is wondering exactly the same thing 4 games into the season. Gamma Connect with his facing the wrong way, hooks that over. Oh, and a really obvious shove in the back from Bueno. Didn't even bother to try and protect his innocence there. This match now in the final throws. Dynamo definitely will, I think, now. They're about to grab their first away win of the season. It's Borussia Demos. Cuts a nice ball back. It's been picked up by Meissner. Eventually gets the shot in, and that's a flying save from Marcel Rotka. He's probably been Dortmund's best player out there today as the goalkeeper. Lovely build-up. Borussia Demos. A little bit surprised Meissner didn't try and set up someone else, but the turn and shot is going in the top corner, and that's a brilliant save from the pole. Kowski now with the corner. I think he's got 7 or 8 men up for this one as well, of Dynamo. Headed away at the near post by Blank, and that's the last touch of the match. And Dynamo Dresden have come to Signal Iduna Park, and they will take home with them back to the former East Germany a very much richly deserved 2-0 win. Borussia Dortmund hustled off the pitch in the early stage, and they did battle back into it, but then just as they were starting to gain some momentum, the second goal came late in the second half. Stefan Kuchka with his 3rd goal of the season 6 minutes in to give Dortmund the deserved lead in the first half. After the break, Dortmund improved, and then Dennis Bukovski from the penalty spot made it 2-0, 13 minutes from time. Nothing that man Marcel Locker could do about that. And it's Dynamo Dresden have taken their 3rd win out of 4 in the Dresden Liga this season. They win by 2-0 away to Borussia Dortmund.